Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're looking at something I know a lot of you have been asking about,
Oh, yeah.
and that's daily use English sentences.
It's so useful, right?
It is.
Like, if you want to improve your English.
Absolutely.
And we got some really cool sources for this.
Yeah, we do.
We've got a bunch of YouTube transcripts that are just packed with
Oh, yeah.
practical phrases you can use every day. And
You know what's really cool?
yeah.
We've even got a script for a podcast intro.
What?
It's true.
That's amazing.
I know, and it's full of great ideas we can actually learn from. So
Oh.
let's jump right in.
Okay.
So where do we begin? Every conversation starts with a greeting, right?
Right.
And I bet you guys already know some of the most common ones.
Yeah. Like, hello. Of
Yeah.
course, that's a classic.
Yeah.
But we also see good morning and good afternoon used a lot in these transcripts.
Yeah.
It's interesting how the greeting changes depending on the time of day.
It's true. Do you think about how you greet people in your native language? Does it change throughout the day too?
Yeah,
That's so interesting.
it is.
Now I'm curious about something.
Okay.
English conversation practice.
Yeah.
That transcript mentions something beyond just the words themselves.
Oh, yeah. They talk about how your tone of voice and body language
Okay.
play a huge role, even with a simple hello.
Right.
A smile and eye contact can make you seem so much more friendly and approachable.
It's like you could say hello with a frown, and it would give off a totally different vibe, right?
Totally different.
Yeah.
It's not just what you say, but how you say it.
That's so true.
And so, once you've greeted someone, you often introduce yourself. And guess what?
Right.
The transcripts show that this basic phrase, my name is,
Yep.
works in pretty much any situation.
So no need to overthink it.
Yeah, my name is, and then you just fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank.
It's easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
So let's say you've said hello.
Okay.
You've introduced yourself. What comes next?
Well, this is where small talk comes in.
Okay.
It might seem insignificant, but those little exchanges are how we build connection
Right.
and keep conversations flowing.
English conversation practice has a fantastic example of this.
Oh, tell me about it.
A conversation at a bakery.
At a bakery. Oh, yeah, I love that one.
So good.
The customer starts by asking about the bread,
Right.
which is such a natural way to start a conversation in that setting.
Julie.
And then they use phrases like, how are you? Or what's up? Simple, friendly ways to engage with the baker.
How are you? Is such a common question,
It is.
but it's a good one to master.
It is.
Now, I noticed something interesting in that bakery scene.
Okay, what's that?
The customer didn't just ask one question and then stop.
Oh, right.
They asked follow-up questions.
They did.
So, for example, after the baker mentioned a type of bread,
Yeah.
the customer asked about the ingredients.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's a great way to show you're interested and keep the conversation going.
Right, and it shows you're listening,
Exactly.
which is so important.
So asking follow-up questions is key
Yeah.
to small talk. And it can work in any situation, not just at a bakery.
Right.
Let's say you're at a party
Right.
and someone mentions they love to travel.
Yeah.
You could ask them, oh, where have you been? Or where would you like to go next?
Ah, I love that.
It shows you're listening and that you care.
And you know what? Those little questions
Yeah.
can actually lead to deeper conversations.
Oh, absolutely.
You might discover you have shared interests or learn something new about the person you're talking to.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered greetings,
Okay.
introductions, and the small talk. But what happens when you need something?
Oh, yeah.
Like you're at a restaurant and you want to order food,
Right.
or maybe you need help finding something in a store.
You need to ask for help. Well, the transcripts offer some really helpful phrases for expressing your needs
Okay.
and making requests. Phrases like, I would like, or can I have? They're polite and direct,
Yeah.
and they get your point across without sounding demanding.
Yeah, which is important.
Which is important.
In fact, we see these phrases used beautifully in another scenario from English conversation practice.
Oh, yes.
Remember the airport check-in?
Oh, the airport check-in?
The passenger's luggage is overweight,
Right.
and they need to figure out a solution.
Yeah.
They use phrases like, can I transfer some items? Could you please check? It's a perfect example of how to be assertive while still remaining polite.
Yeah, and I think the key takeaway here is that tone of voice and body language
Yes.
matter just as much as the words themselves.
It's so true.
Even a simple request can sound rude if you're not careful.
Right.
Remember, a smile and a friendly tone can go a long way.
They can.
That airport scene really highlights that. The passengers stayed calm and respectful even though they were in a stressful situation.
Right.
And it made a big difference in how the staff responded.
It did. being polite goes a long way.
It really does.
Now let's move on to something a bit different.
Okay.
Describing your day or talking about what you did.
Oh, yeah.
It's like telling your own story in English.
Love that. And we have a great resource for this.
Oh, yeah?
The Start Your Day in English transcript.
That's a good one.
Breaks down a typical day into a series of simple actions, like I open my eyes, I get out of bed, I wash my face.
It's amazing how many basic verbs and sentence structures you can practice
Yeah,
just by describing your daily routine.
it is.
And what I love about this transcript
Yeah.
is it doesn't just list actions,
Uh-huh.
it adds sensory details.
Oh, that's right.
So instead of just saying, I eat breakfast, it says, I smell fresh bread.
I love that.
Or instead of, I go outside,
Yeah.
it says, I feel the cool air on my skin.
It just makes it so much more vivid.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's those little details that make your language come alive.
It's like you're painting a picture with your words.
I love that.
And those sensory details can really help make your English more vivid and
Absolutely.
engaging.
Yeah, and they can help you remember the vocabulary better too.
Right.
I mean, when you connect a word with a specific sensation or image, it's much easier to recall.
It is.
So, it's fascinating how much we can learn
Yeah.
from just a handful of transcripts like these.
Right.
We've gone from basic greetings
Yeah.
to describing our days,
That's right.
and we're just getting started.
And this is just the beginning.
I know.
There's so much more to explore.
There is. But don't worry if it feels overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
Everyone learns at their own pace.
It's true. The important thing is to keep practicing
Yes.
and have fun with it.
And speaking of fun,
Yeah.
we came across some really interesting phrases and idioms in these transcripts.
Oh, yeah.
Things like with flying colors, or every cloud has a silver lining.
I love those.
Oh, they're so good.
They're so expressive.
They are.
And speaking of puzzles,
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What exactly is an idiom?
Hmm.
We've been using that word, but maybe not everyone knows what it means.
Good point.
So,
An idiom is a phrase that has a meaning that's different from the individual words.
exactly.
So with flying colors,
Yeah.
doesn't actually mean you're flying with colorful flags.
No,
It means you achieve something successfully.
you succeeded.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Right.
every cloud has a silver lining.
Yeah.
Means that even in difficult situations, there's something positive to be found.
That's right.
Yeah.
So idioms are like these little secrets
Yeah.
that you unlock as you learn English.
Totally.
They make the language more interesting
Huh?
and help you sound more natural.
Yeah.
And they can be really fun to learn.
It can be a lot of fun.
Now, if you're interested in exploring more idioms or learning more about English in general,
Yeah.
these transcripts actually recommend some fantastic resources.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they mention other YouTube channels,
Okay.
online dictionaries, and even language exchange platforms
Wow.
where you can practice with native speakers.
That's amazing.
I know.
Those resources can be so valuable, especially if you're looking to go beyond the basics
Mhm.
and really dive deep into the language.
I agree. But before you run off to explore those resources,
Okay.
let's take a moment to recap what we've covered today.
Sounds good.
We started with the essentials, greetings, introductions, and small talk.
Right.
Those are the building blocks of any conversation.
Exactly. And then we looked at how to express your needs
Yes,
and make requests politely and
that's
effectively.
important.
Remember those key phrases, I would like and can I have?
Yeah, those are good ones.
And we can't forget about the importance of tone of voice and body language.
So true.
They can make a huge difference in how your message is received.
Right. Then we explored the art of describing your day,
Yeah.
using those everyday verbs,
Uh-huh.
and adding sensory details to make your language come alive.
I love that.
And finally, we touched upon the world of idioms.
Yes.
Those fascinating phrases
Uh-huh.
that add color and depth to English.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has.
We've covered so much ground today.
We have. But remember,
Yeah.
learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's a good way to put it.
So don't get discouraged
Right.
if you don't master everything overnight.
It takes time.
It does.
The key is to keep practicing and make it a part of your daily routine.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Absolutely. Learning English should be an enjoyable experience.
It should be. Before we wrap things up,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a little something to ponder.
Okay, I'm ready.
Remember that idiom we talked about? Every cloud has a silver lining.
I do.
Well, it got me thinking about language learning. You know those moments of frustration?
Yeah.
Those times when you feel stuck or confused?
Yeah.
They're actually opportunities for growth,
That's a great point.
isn't it?
It's easy to get discouraged when you make mistakes.
Yes.
Or, when you hit a roadblock.
Right.
But maybe those clowns are actually leading us towards a brighter understanding.
I love that maybe those challenging moments
Yeah.
are pushing us to think differently, to find new ways to approach the language.
And those moments of discovery.
Yes.
Those aha moments.
Yeah.
Those are the silver linings of language learning.
Oh, I love that analogy.
It's a good one.
It's a reminder that even when things get tough, there's always something positive to be gained.
There is.
And speaking of gaining something positive,
Oh, yeah.
why not subscribe to our podcast?
Yeah, subscribe to the podcast.
We have so much more in store for you.
So much more.
We'll be diving into all sorts of fascinating topics related to English language and culture.
Exactly. So hit that subscribe button
Yeah.
and join us on this exciting journey.
And in the meantime,
Yeah.
keep exploring,
Keep practicing.
keep practicing, and remember,
Yes.
every cloud has a silver lining.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. It's funny how we often focus on individual words,
Yeah.
when we're learning a language, but it's those phrases and idioms
Right.
that really bring the language to life, don't you think?
It's true. They add so much color and personality.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started learning English, idioms were like these little mysteries I had to solve.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, what does that even mean?
Right.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
once you understand them, you can start using them
Yes.
in your own conversations.
That's totally.
Which can be really satisfying.
It is. It's like you're unlocking a secret code.
It is.
And speaking of idioms, I remember one from the English conversation practice transcript
Okay.
that really stood out to me. It was in that conversation about the upcoming exam.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
One of the friends said, "Let's get through this exam with flying colors." It's such a vivid way to express the desire to succeed, isn't it?
It really is. Instead of just saying, I want to do well,
Right.
they use this colorful idiom that just paints a picture in your mind.
It does. And what I found interesting was how the other friend responded.
Oh, yeah.
They said something like, "And then we can go see flying colors in the sky,"
Oh.
referring to fireworks.
Oh, wow.
It was a clever play on words,
Yeah.
using the idiom in a different context.
That's what I love about idioms.
Yeah.
They can be so playful and creative.
Uh-huh.
It's not just about getting your point across.
Right.
It's about expressing yourself
Yeah.
in a more nuanced and engaging way.
I love that. And that's what makes learning English so rewarding. It's not just about memorizing grammar rules and vocabulary.
Right.
It's about discovering the beauty and expressiveness of the language.
You know what these transcripts we've been talking about?
Yeah.
Actually provide some excellent resources for further exploration.
Oh, really? Like what?
They mention other YouTube channels, online dictionaries,
Okay.
even language exchange platforms where
Yeah.
you could practice with native speakers.
Oh, that's awesome.
So whether you're a beginner
Mm-hmm.
or you've been learning English for a while,
Yeah,
there's always something new to discover and learn.
absolutely. And remember, the most important thing is to enjoy the journey.
Yes,
Learning a language is a lifelong process,
it is.
full of ups and downs.
Right.
But it's ultimately a rewarding experience that can open up so many doors.
So many doors. Speaking of rewarding experiences,
Yes.
let's take a moment to recap
Okay.
what we've learned today.
Sounds good.
We started with the essentials, greetings, introductions, and small talk.
The foundation.
The foundation, we talked about how important it is
Yeah.
to not just know the words,
Uh-huh.
but to use the right tone of voice and body language.
Yes. So important. Then we moved on to expressing needs.
Yes.
And making requests politely and effectively.
Yes.
Remembering that even in stressful situations like that airport check-in,
Yeah.
staying calm and respectful
Right.
can make a big difference.
Absolutely. We explored the art of describing your day,
Uh-huh.
using those everyday verbs,
Yes.
and adding sensory details to make your language more vivid and engaging.
And of course, we couldn't forget about those
Yeah.
fascinating idioms
Yes.
that add so much color and personality to English.
I know it's been quite a journey,
It has been.
hasn't it?
Mm.
And,
What?
learning a language is a journey,
Yes.
not a destination.
It's true. It's about constant growth and discovery.
And remember,
Yeah.
everyone learns at their own pace.
That's right.
So don't compare yourself to others.
No, don't do that.
Just focus on your own progress and celebrate your achievements,
Exactly.
no matter how small they may seem.
I love that. Celebrate those small wins.
Celebrate those small wins.
Because every step forward, no matter how tiny,
Mhm.
is a step closer to fluency.
Now, before we wrap things up,
Okay.
I wanted to touch upon something we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Those moments of frustration
Oh, yeah.
that inevitably come with language learning.
Yeah, it happens.
Remember how we talked about those clouds and silver linings?
I do love that analogy.
Oh, it's such a good analogy.
It is.
It's so easy to get discouraged
Mm-hmm.
when you feel like you're not making progress.
I feel stuck.
Yes.
But what if those challenging moments are
Yeah.
actually opportunities for growth?
What if they are?
It's in those moments of struggle
Yeah.
that we often learn the most.
Right.
We're forced to think outside the box, to
Mhm.
find new ways to approach the language.
Yes. And when we finally overcome that hurdle,
Yeah,
the feeling of accomplishment is incredible.
the best feeling.
The best. It's like you're climbing a mountain.
Ooh, I like that.
It might be tough going up,
Yeah.
but the view from the top
Yeah.
is breathtaking.
And, speaking of breathtaking views,
Okay.
learning English can open up a whole new world for you.
It can connect you with people from all over the globe,
Yes.
expose you to different cultures and ideas,
Mhm.
and broaden your horizons in countless ways.
It's like you're given a key to unlock a whole new universe.
That's beautiful.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Absolutely. And remember,
Yeah,
we're here to guide you along the way.
we are.
So if you're feeling lost or discouraged,
Yeah,
don't hesitate to reach out.
reach out. We're a community of learners here, and we're all in this together.
And speaking of community,
Yes,
why not join our ever-growing family of language enthusiasts?
that's right. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that button.
And join us for more deep dives into the fascinating world of English.
I love it. We've got so much more in store for you.
We do, from exploring slang and idioms
Yeah.
to discussing cultural nuances
Right.
and sharing tips and tricks for improving your language skills.
So what are you waiting for?
Subscribe to our podcast,
Subscribe.
and let's embark on this exciting journey of language learning together.
Together.
And remember,
What?
every cloud has a silver lining.
I love it.
Keep exploring, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep having fun.
You know, it's amazing to think about how much we've covered today.
It is.
From like simple greetings
Mhm.
to those colorful idioms we talked about.
Yeah.
And even resources for further learning.
Right.
It really shows that no matter where you are in your English journey,
Mhm.
there's always room to grow and improve.
There is. And that brings to mind something we
Excellent.
haven't really talked about specifically, making mistakes.
yeah.
It's such a natural part of the learning process.
It is.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of.
That's so true. I think sometimes people are afraid to speak English
Yeah.
because they worry about making mistakes.
Hmm.
But honestly, mistakes are how we learn,
Exactly. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn something new.
right?
And the more mistakes you make, the more you learn and the better you become.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Every time you make a mistake,
Yeah.
you're actually getting closer to speaking English fluently.
I love that.
It's like those clouds we talked about earlier.
Uh-huh.
They might seem discouraging at first,
Right.
but they often lead to beautiful silver linings.
That's a great way to think about it. And remember,
Yeah.
even native English speakers make mistakes sometimes.
Oh yeah, we do.
Language is constantly evolving,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always something new to learn.
Always. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to experiment with the language,
Right.
to try new things and to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised at how quickly you progress.
And remember, we're here to support you every step of the way.
We are.
So keep practicing, keep exploring,
Yes.
and most importantly, keep having fun with the English language.
That's right. Learning English should be an enjoyable experience.
It should be.
So find what works best for you,
Yeah.
whether it's watching movies, listening to music,
Uh-huh.
or chatting with native speakers online.
And don't forget to celebrate your successes. No
Hmm.
matter how small they may seem,
It's true.
each milestone, each new word learned,
Yep.
each conversation you have
Yeah.
is a victory worth celebrating.
Absolutely. And speaking of celebrations,
Okay.
let's celebrate the end of another fantastic deep dive
Yes.
into the English language.
I've had so much fun.
Me too.
We hope you enjoyed this episode
We do.
and learned some valuable tips and phrases that you can use in your everyday life.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts on the episode.
Oh, yeah, we would.
What were some of your favorite takeaways?
Yeah.
Which phrases are you most excited to start using?
Right. Tell us in the comments.
Yes, let us know.
And of course, if you haven't already,
Yeah.
don't forget to subscribe to our podcast
Subscribe.
for more deep dives into the fascinating world of English language and culture.
We have so much more in store for you.
We do. Until next time, keep
Ah.
learning, keep growing, and keep embracing
Yes.
the beauty of the English language.
Happy language learning, everyone.